This is the scariest sound you will hear when you live in a communist country. This is the last sound my parents heard when their fathers were taken away in the middle of the night, and they never saw their loved ones again.
Folks, we need to talk about the hot new Senate GOP candidate in the state of Virginia, because I feel that it would be morally irresponsibly for me not to, because his name is Hung Cao, my name is Vince Dao. You know, Vin Dao, Hung Cao. See, I feel like there's just this natural synergy there. He is Vietnamese, I am Vietnamese. The memes, the everything, it is just too good. It is too perfect for Vince Dao to not talk about Hung Cao. So we're going to do that here today. So folks, you may have seen this yesterday. It's been trending massively, but there's a hot new Senate candidate for the GOP in Virginia, and people are raving about this ad that he put out here for the U.S. Senate. So let's react to it here and take a look.
This is the scariest sound you will hear when you live in a communist country. This is the last sound my parents heard when their fathers were taken away in the middle of the night, and they never saw their loved ones again.
It's intense.
That's the sound of losing your freedom, the sound of always living in fear. That's my family's real life story. We escaped from Vietnam just days before Saigon fell to the communists. We were given a new life in the most generous country on earth. America saved my life. I graduated from the United States Naval Academy. I earned a master's in physics and fellowships at MIT and Harvard before the left replaced merit with racial quotas. I spent my life trying to repay my debt to America, my country, our country, with 25 years of service in Navy Special Operations, combat in Iraq, Afghanistan, and Somalia. But now our country has taken a dark turn. That's Joe Biden's Justice Department sending 24 armed agents to arrest a...
That's what I need to do. I need to just... to get all of your attention when you're bored on the stream. Hey, like the video. Like the video or the communists are coming up to the door, okay? The NVA is outside. So leave a like right now on the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and join the email list at vincedao.tv.com. So true, Hung Cao.
Pro-life activist in front of his family. That's Joe Biden's IRS raiding a gun shop and seizing thousands of records from law-abiding gun owners. Our names, our addresses, our social security numbers. That's Joe Biden arresting his challenger in the next election, a former president of the United States. And now a different sound. That's the sound of someone breaking into your home or business. The sound of crime destroying our cities and communities.
I like it.
That's how it all starts. They let criminals back on our streets. Millions of illegal immigrants pour across our border each year, including military-aged men from all over the world. And enough fentanyl to kill every man, woman, and child in this country. And the Biden family? Well, that's how it works in a dictatorship. The rules don't apply to the rulers. We are losing our country. You know it, but you also know you can't say it. We're forced to say that wrong is right. We're forced to lie. We can't let that happen. I've been all over the world. Believe me when I tell you, if America fails, there's nowhere else to go.
True.
I'm Hung Cao, retired Navy captain, running for the United States Senate. I still believe America can be the land of opportunity. I have an obligation to fight back against those who want to control our lives and disrupt our families. We need real fighters, not politicians, not bureaucrats, not keyboard warriors acting tough in a custom-made suit. No, not here in America. We must refuse to be intimidated. We must be fearless. I'm Hung Cao. I'm running for Senate, and I approve this message because I'm not done fighting for us.
I like it, man. I like it. I like the energy, because there you have it, folks. So I like the energy. I really do, because, and I'll say this too, as an Asian guy, as a mixed one, but still an Asian guy, a Vietnamese guy, Asian men very often struggle with kind of charisma and coming across in a non-monotonic sense, if that makes sense. But he clearly gets it, right? He has personality. It's infused. It's catchy. Very smart, very well done ad. So, I like to see it. And Hung Kao, you are welcome on the show anytime, frankly. I think Vince Dao needs to do an interview with Hung Kao. I feel like that would be legendary content. Frankly, I would go so far as to argue the entire Hung Kao victory is going to hinge on whether or not he does an interview with Vince Dao. That is, of course, kidding, but I would love to do that. But let's take a look now at the election he is up for. So first of all, who is Hung Kao? Well, Hung Kao actually has ran for office before. He tried to run for Virginia's District 10 in the year 2022. And by the way, let me just say, right off the gate, winning the Senate in Virginia is going to be very hard, right? Glenn Youngkin kind of, you could argue, almost stole the governorship, right? Came in an off year. His opponent ran a very bad election. He had a lot of charisma behind him. It was not a national election, obviously. He got in. But Virginia, so it's a state that a long shot a Republican could win. It's not the easiest state. It certainly is not. It's going to be an uphill battle for him. But I think of any candidate you could have in the state of Virginia right now, probably he's one of the better ones, right? Hung Kao. Because first of all, as you can tell, he's got money behind him. He's got production value. Also, just the name. Hung Kao. Hung Kao. Like, what a name. What a name. That'll definitely help him on the ballot. And overall, kidding aside, memeing aside, I think he's a good candidate. But let's kind of look here at his political profile. I mean, obviously, as you may be able to discern, 2022 was a disappointing year in a lot of different ways for a lot of different people. But he ran in Virginia's District 10. He lost by about a little bit less than 7 or so point margin, right? 53.2 to 46.7 to the Democrat here in this race. And of course, we obviously ought to compare that to the district's past history. And as you could tell, right, in 2020, it was a 13 or so point difference. So Hung Kao, definitely a stronger candidate overall, right? And I think you can kind of tell from the video. So we'll have to see how it is. Obviously the Virginia Senate race, I wouldn't say it's the biggest thing we need to focus on as a GOP. It is kind of a long shot. But if anyone is the right guy to take on the long shot, who else then? Hung Kao. I like the ad. I definitely like the energy. And, joking aside, yeah, you're just biased because, he's South Vietnamese and, that's where you're from, too. Okay, joking aside, okay, the reason I did the video is because his name is Hung Kao and Vince Dao has to talk about Hung Kao. I'm not gonna lie, that's the reason I'm giving Hung Kao publicity, is because it is kind of funny in that regard. But in all seriousness, I look at him, strong ad, strong messaging, good production value, definitely knows how to infuse personality into himself, you can tell. And by the way, in 2022, he had a tough race. It was a tough year, but he did run, by per many accounts, a pretty good election with pretty good messaging. And so, we're definitely rooting for you, Hung Kao. If you are in the state of Virginia, I don't know who else is in the GOP primary, but from what it seems to me, Hung Kao does seem to be, from electability, messaging, just overall, probably the best candidate for the Virginia primary. I'm not sure who else is running. But yeah, folks, let me know what you think of Hung Kao. Just wanted to react to it. Okay, Hung Kao, Vince Dao. We need the collab. But yeah, all right, folks. Well, until then, be sure to leave a like on this video before you go. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Let me know your thoughts on Hung Kao. Hung Kao, will you vote for Hung Kao? You should. You must do it. You must do it. Do not dishonor family, okay? All right, see you guys later. Alpha moves only. God bless and peace. Hey guys, Vince Dao here. Hope you enjoyed that clip from the Vince Dao show. If you did, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. And be sure to check out the Vince Dao show live every weeknight here on this channel at 8 p.m. Eastern time. It is a great show. Many are saying this. So leave a like, check out our other clips, and be sure to check out the show. Yeah, God bless.